Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. Today, we've got perhaps the most jaw-dropping, and dare we say heartbreaking, rumor of the summer. Could LeBron James actually be preparing to abandon the purple and gold and return to where his storied NBA career began, in Cleveland? That's right. According to CBS sports analyst Ashley Nicole Moss, the 40-year-old future Hall of Famer may well sign his next contract with the Cleveland Cavaliers, coming full circle and ending his illustrious run right where it all started. Let that sink in for a moment. LeBron James, the four-time NBA champion, four-time Finals MVP, and one of the most dominant forces this game has ever seen, potentially trading in his Lakers jersey for the wine and gold of the Cavs. It sounds almost unthinkable, but as Moss recently laid out, it could be the perfect capstone to a career that began when Cleveland selected him with the number 1 overall pick in the 2003 draft. When you talk about Cleveland, this is probably going to be LeBron's last stop, Moss declared. It'll be a homecoming. It'll be the perfect bow on an illustrious career for him. Obviously, this is where it all began, the kid from Akron. From Akron to the world, LeBron's journey has taken him through Miami and back to Cleveland, before landing in Los Angeles, winning titles in each locale and cementing his status as the greatest player of his generation. But now, after the Lakers' unexpected first-round exit at the hands of the Minnesota Timberwolves, LeBron faces a career crossroads: retire, return to LA for one more run alongside Luka Doncic, or close the circle in Cleveland. And as the moratorium's end approaches on June 29th, every rumor takes on outsized significance. Imagine the drama playing out in the coming weeks. Cryptic social media posts from LeBron, perhaps a subtle upload of a Cavs throwback jersey, or a nostalgic throwback photo with a young Kyrie Irving. Picture the Cavs organization, flush with the number 1 pick in the upcoming draft and surrounded by emerging stars like Evan Mobley and Darius Garland, quietly clearing cap space and preparing a max-level offer for the prodigal son. And consider the ripple effects in Los Angeles, where Rob Pelinka and J.J. Redick must scramble to prepare contingency plans, package deal scenarios, Plan B, free agency targets, and potential trades to retool around someone besides LeBron James. From a basketball standpoint, the Cavs are already in a strong position. Moss pointed out that with head coach Kenny Atkinson steering the ship and a nucleus that has shown promise in finishing at or near the top of the Eastern Conference, Cleveland doesn't strictly need LeBron to win. No, this would be a move driven by nostalgia and by LeBron's desire to close the loop on his career arc. The Cavs' young core would benefit immeasurably from LeBron's veteran leadership and playoff experience, his ability to mentor Evan Mobley, guide Darius Garland, and set an example in clutch moments could accelerate their growth in ways no coach ever could. Let's not forget the emotional gravity of the moment. For LeBron, returning to Cleveland would mean playing on the same floor where he took his first steps as a pro, where he learned from Mike Brown, honed his skills under Coach Byron Scott, and earned Rookie of the Year honors. It's the stuff of Hollywood scripts, the hometown hero, returning decades later to lift the banner one final time. For Cavs fans, long starved for a title since 2016, the mere idea of LeBron back in town is enough to send season ticket holders into a frenzy and fuel generational hope. But, of course, there are practical questions to consider. LeBron has a $52.6 million player option for 2025 to 26, far more than Cleveland would normally cough up for a single player, let alone a 40-year-old nearing the end of his career. Would he truly take a pay cut to return to Ohio? Or might the Cavs match his option dollar for dollar, hoping that the added revenue from ticket sales, merchandise, and heightened national media exposure offsets the luxury tax penalties? And what of the Lakers? If LeBron declines his option and signs in Cleveland, LA must pivot quickly toward reconfiguring a roster built around both LeBron and Luka. On the floor, how would the fit look? Imagine LeBron back in a Cavs uniform, running pick and rolls with Darius Garland, operating from the elbow with Evan Mobley screening, or baiting help defenders off Isaac Okoro to flash his trademark chase-down blocks. Could the Cavs manage his minutes, perhaps 28 to 30 per night, to maximize his impact while preserving his health? And could they dare to believe that LeBron, still performing at an all-star level last season, has enough left in the tank to push them deep into the playoffs, even if not all the way to the finals? Then there's the personal dimension. LeBron's family life in Los Angeles. His 4 children attend school in Southern California. His I Promise school and countless philanthropic endeavors anchor him to the community. Would he really uproot that foundation to chase a nostalgic farewell tour? Could the pull of completing the circle override the comfort and stability he's built in LA? Perhaps, after 2 decades in the game, he's ready for one final act of closure before hanging up the sneakers. As the summer unfolds, expect more analysts to buy into the Cleveland homecoming narrative. Every offhand mention from a former Cavalier, every reported dinner between LeBron's camp and Cavs brass, every Instagram story from The Land, fans will scour each clue for confirmation. And while the prospect remains speculative, the idea is irresistible. LeBron James, the prodigal son, preaching from the podium of Quicken Loans Arena one last time before riding off into the sunset. But is it truly happening? Or is it simply another summer rumor destined to fade once the ink hits the Lakers' contract? Only LeBron knows for sure. And until he makes that call, retire, return to LA, or head back to Cleveland, we'll be sitting on the edge of our seats, hearts in our throats, living every moment with you right here on Lakers News Fan Report. Stay tuned, because when the Decision 3.0 finally drops, you'll want to be the first to know. And now, as we straddle the precipice of what could be the most emotional free agency saga in NBA history, let's imagine that fateful phone call. LeBron's camp reaches out to Cavs president Kobe Altman. Draft pick in hand, cap space cleared, the stage set. Would Cleveland pull off the ultimate fairy tale homecoming? You can hear the orchestration in NBA front offices around the league. He declined the Lakers option? He's really going back to Cleveland? Instantly, trade chatter explodes in Los Angeles. Rob Pelinka is fielding calls from teams targeting Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves, and even future draft compensation to reshape the roster without its patriarch. In Cleveland, meanwhile, the routers light up at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse. Season ticket renewals spike overnight. Lines stretch around the block as fans clamor to secure seats for what they believe will be the last ride. Radio hosts in Ohio can barely keep a straight face between tears of joy and tears of nostalgia. LeBron's welcome home video package, courtesy of team videographer Gabe Friedman, plays on a loop. Highlights of the chosen one soaring for his first dunks, MVP trophies, finals triumphs. It's pure cinematic gold. On the floor, head coach Kenny Atkinson begins to scribble new wrinkles into the playbook. We might run more spacing, pinch posts with Mobley and LeBron, set screens where LeBron can dive to the rim. Show 'em what gym rats really do. Imagine a Cavaliers starting 5 of Garland, Lauri Markkanen, Jarrett Allen, Mobley, and James, a balance of youth, shooting, defense, and IQ. Garland's pick-and-roll synergy with James, a perfect marriage. Of speed meets power, ignites the paint while Mobley corrals the boards. In late-game crunch time, give the ball to LeBron on the block, let him bully his way to a game-clinching bucket. The Eastern Conference would tremble. From an analytics perspective, Cleveland's front office simulations paint a rosy picture. LeBron's addition bumps their championship probability from even to 35%, vaulting them ahead of Milwaukee and Miami. They project a 0.8 offensive rating uptick and a 0.5 defensive rating benefit with James's elite rim protection on kickout, rotations. Add in the intangible leadership multiplier, and the Cavs become a legit title contender, not just in pipe dream conversations, but in bracket-busting realness. Yet, even as the vision materializes, we must confront the hurdles. Luxury. Tax hell awaits. Cleveland would exceed the apron by $20 million, incurring steep repeater penalties if they don't offload salary. Would Altman be willing to gut his bench, trading away veterans like Karis LeVert or Ricky Rubio to make the math work? Could they convince LeBron that the sacrifice in depth is worth it for a storybook ending? And what of LeBron himself? Does he truly want to sacrifice one more season of statistical accumulation for emotional resonance? At 40, he's logged 1,125 regular season games, 285 playoff contests, and 2 Olympic gold medals. Is one last championship ring worth the trade-off in longevity, family stability, and his legacy as King of L.A.? Enter the human element. Riri and Bronny James. Pictures circulate online of Bronny at Cavaliers practice, film session notebooks in hand, watching his dad run drills. Could LeBron's desire to share the floor with his eldest son, something he's hinted at as his next mission, be the catalyst that finally tips the scales? Imagine Bronny wearing wine and gold in 2026, the torch passed from father to son in the very city where it all began. The emotional resonance of that moment, more than any stat line or headline, could be what LeBron values most. Meanwhile, in L.A., the Lakers' faithful brace for impact. If LeBron opts out and signs in Cleveland, Crypto.com. Arena erupts in shock, disbelief, and then a slow, burning sadness. Social media bleeds purple and gold tears. Magic Johnson and Jerry West, architects of Lakers lore, break their silence to rally the community. This is business, LeBron's choice. We love him always. Yet Kobe's legacy looms large, his own Mamba Week, in 2016, a reminder that LA fans eventually rally behind tradition and resilience. Rob Pelinka issues a heartfelt statement. LeBron is family. Wherever he goes, we'll support him. But we're not done chasing banners. And let's not forget the impact on the broader NBA. Cleveland's resurgence under LeBron sends shockwaves through draft boards, trade markets, and ticket sales across Akron, Canton, and the Midwest. Cavs merchandise sells out overnight. Local. Businesses boom with LeBron jerseys and king cake donuts. National media caravans descend, mapping storylines of redemption, legacy, and the final arc of a career that defined an era. In Los Angeles, meanwhile, the Lakers pivot feverishly. Luka emerges not just as a co-star but as the focal point. Front office mavens discuss re-signing D'Angelo Russell to a 3-year extension, targeting a two-way center like Jalen Duren to anchor the paint. The narrative shifts to the Luka era, and somehow, through heartbreak, Lakers fans find solace in supporting the next chapter, just as they did when Kobe retired. But through it all, the specter of LeBron's decision looms large. Will he don the Cavaliers jersey one last time? Or will he surprise us all by re-signing with the Lakers and silencing the homecoming rumors? Will we remember him as the Akron kid who never forgot his roots, or as the only man brave enough to walk away from his adopted L.A. glory? The stakes could not be higher. So, what do you think about all of this? Could LeBron really leave the Lakers and return to Cleveland to close out his career? Or is this simply a nostalgic mirage, too good to be true? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe King James will don wine and gold one last time? Or will he stay in L.A., chasing that elusive 5th banner with Luka? Let me know, and don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to Lakers News Fan Report, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update on the biggest NBA storylines of the summer. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay passionate, Lakers Nation.